my lowest moment, failing in life. It was pitiful. It was bad for me. You don't act like yourself when you're off your meds. You don't act yourself. When you get off your meds, it's like downhill. Then you go back to Greystone or Carrier or anything like that. And I don't want to end up like that.
It went from John not taking his meds to John drinking. Then he lost his housing. He was staying in a motel that I believe was closed down, so he didn't have anywhere to live. He didn't really have a good connection with his family. The one person John had that was really supportive of him was his sister, and he kind of drove a wedge between him and her. I did do a lot in trying to help him reestablish his relationship with his sister, because even though they had this really strong tension, I think probably at least 7 months in, he finally gave me the permission to call her. Reached out to her, asked her if she would come for a meeting to meet with him, because she hadn't seen him. You know, it was a lot of arguing and different things like that, but they got it out. They argued. It was a lot of crying on John's end. I think he was more hurt because he didn't understand. Like, he kept asking her, like, why would you send me away? You know, you're supposed to love me. Why would you send me away? He just kept saying that, and she was crying because she said she thought she was helping him, and she never wanted to do anything to hurt him. And now she comes to his house. He went over there for Christmas. He went over there for Thanksgiving.
Gigi is my social worker at Easterseals. Gigi was a good helper to get me out of Greystone and everything else. And she's being a teacher to me. She's trying to help me to go to college, get an own job, get him organized, saving money and all that stuff. You know, life stuff.
The John I know on his meds is goal driven, and it's good to have somebody who's driven, who wants things, who wants to work. You know, he wants to go to work. I don't know a lot of people who want to work. You know, he wants to go to work. He wants to be involved. He wants to help.
My long-term goal is go to work, want to go to college, want to get a better job, get married, have some kids, and everything else.
If things go well for John, in 5 years, I see him with a car. I see him moving. I do see him moving. He wants to move where his sister is. He wants to be closer to her, which is surprising, but she loves the idea of it. So she just wants him to be responsible. I see him working full-time at TJ Maxx again. I see great things for him if he just sticks to it. I think John's message and just John's story and everything that he's been through, it just shows that no matter how many times you get knocked down, as long as you get back up, it's a possibility that things will just go the way you want them to. You just have to have that drive to get back up. And you have to be able to want help, to receive help.